In a small village, there was a wealthy businessman named Mohan. He had a peculiar habit. Whenever someone called him a sinner or pointed out his wrongdoings, he would become extremely angry. But instead of reacting violently, he would do something unusual. He would immediately donate a large sum of money to the poor or to an orphanage. People were puzzled by this behavior. They couldn't understand why every time he was called a sinner, he felt compelled to give to charity. However, over time, people began to take advantage of this habit. They would deliberately provoke him, calling him a sinner just to make him donate more. One day, a wandering monk came to the village and heard about Mohan's strange behavior. Intrigued, the monk decided to meet him. He approached Mohan and calmly asked, "Why do people call you a sinner? And why do you donate money every time in anger?" Mohan, still filled with pride, replied angrily, "They don't know how good I am. I donate so much money, yet they still call me a sinner." The monk smiled and said, "True charity comes from the heart, not from anger. Donations made in rage carry no true meaning." Hearing this, Mohan became even more enraged and immediately rushed off to make another large donation. But this time, after donating, he suddenly felt uneasy and exhausted. That night, Mohan had a strange dream. He saw himself standing before a giant scale. On one side of the scale was all the money he had ever donated, and on the other side were his anger, ego, and sins. To his shock, the side with his sins weighed much heavier than the side with his donations. Startled, he woke up in a cold sweat. The next day, he went to the monk and recounted his disturbing dream. The monk calmly explained, "Donations are good, but if your heart is not pure, they hold no real value. True karma comes from actions done with sincerity, not from anger or selfishness." Mohan realized his mistake. He asked the monk, "Show me the right path. I want to correct my actions." The monk guided him toward meditation, selfless service, and genuine charity. From that day on, Mohan stopped donating in anger. Instead, he began helping the needy with a kind and open heart. As time passed, Mohan's anger faded away. He let go of his ego and fully dedicated himself to serving others. People no longer called him a sinner. Instead, they referred to him as kind and noble. His life gradually transformed, and he began to experience true happiness and contentment. In the end, Mohan embraced the true principles of karma and not only changed his own destiny, but became an example for others. He lived the rest of his life peacefully, with no anger or burdens, only true service and inner peace.